ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 121 of I Got Gameplay. Yes, it's me, it's Michael Burhan, and I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I'm here
You
today.
did it yesterday, funnily enough. So
I did, and I sounded sexy, so that's probably why I'm doing it again. And if you heard that voice, he is my co-host on Burhan and the Boy, the uber sexy, uber talented, and some say he looks like Keanu Reeves. He is Mr. Dave Wade.
I do look like Keanu Reeves, you bitch. Let's just get that right.
Some including me.
I decided that I didn't say it. Well, you didn't hear this, Xander, but I mentioned it when I was talking to Burhan yesterday, which is you and me should go to Vegas and we could call it Sabretooth and Keanu hit the strip.
Or is it we're doing Sabretooth and Morpheus hit the strip? Oh, Sabretooth and
Neo.
Neo.
You sort shit out. I am the one, you prick.
I've just killed the joke. That's just I've been
And I also like to say really quickly, because I've been having a massive binge on it, my penis aches for Daphne from Frasier.
My penis just aches. Anyway, speaking of penis aching, we have the man who sends many ovaries exploding and many penises are shaking. He is the one, the only Mr. Exis Gaming Podcast himself, and he has an epic beard, of course, Mr. Xander Scullion!
Your segues, man. I was like, speaking of hurting penises, here's Xander.
I know how to do it.
What's up,
His segues are like when you were a kid and you had that little wooden toy where you had to put the correct shape thing in the wrong hole. You just bang it in there, Burhan. Bang it in there. If you hit it hard enough, it'll work.
That's kind of what I tend to do when having sex. How did you know my game? Dave's gone quiet. I've silenced Lawn Boy's post. Right, speaking of silence, we have the amazing, the one and only. He helped save the show yesterday on Slamcast because he talked a lot. He is Mr. Gaming Pegasus himself, Mr. Nick Horacek. Emphasis on the whore.
What's up?
He's my favourite person passed
I'm a
out.
man whore, alright?
You're a man whore. don't lie, Nick. I've seen you and the women that you like have Facebook profile sessions with. You know, I'm just sitting there going, damn, homie.
Oh my god, I'm pretty sure you could be arrested for that. Excuse me, sir, but, you know, did you have a Facebook profile session with this individual? Maybe. Maybe.
So that's basically slang for rape. Okay. Anyway, speaking of...
You started it.
Not even going to go and try and segue from that. Speaking of someone who goes around touching himself, he is the amazing Mr. Sean Michelin.
Oh, it's hard not to touch yourself when it gets in the fucking way all the time, man. You just see me trying to piss, man. It's like fighting a fucking 15-alarm fire hose just by myself.
It's like basically trying to tame an elephant, really, isn't it? It's just going to eventually just spurt water on you. Anyway.
Yeah, I couldn't go for a fucking visit towards Snake Charmer because the damn thing would just start coming out of the pants.
Speaking, also, we have a special guest on the show today. He is the power metal gamer himself. I'm probably going to say his name wrong because I can't remember it. Is Tag O'Callahan. How you doing, sir?
Tig, man. Like a fucking tiger.
I sound like, every time I say that, I sound like Seamus. You know, Tig O'Callahan. Maybe I need to drink.
Potato.
Potato. Maybe I need to drink more.
Potato, man.
Oh, we've been in the sky.
Where the blazes hell have you been? Oh,
I
God.
don't even know what that was, Burhan, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Irish.
Oh,
It was rapist.
go Lawn Boys, post yourself. Anyway, speaking of
I only earn 13
I'll drink
grand
to
a year. I'm without a post.
yes, he is. If you want to donate to Dave's post, you can send him money on Patreon because
Just £3
everyone's
a week will buy Lawn Boy.
Yeah, because
a
everyone's
post.
sending fucking money to everyone today. We've got people whining and complaining about their YouTube money.
People
getting cut
fucking.
off.
Oh no, we're not gonna
And,
jump
and
on.
some other people want you to pay for their fucking holidays. So we'll talk about it in a little bit. First, let's go into a little bit of gaming news. So, as always, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it as we usually do it and get to it, of course, as they say in Xanadu. I love Xanadu. Xanadu.
Xanadu.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Now we are here.
What did I do?
It's Xanadu. You should have a segment. Xander does.
Xanadu. Oh,
Let's go on
there
to
you go. There's your
gaming.
new fucking blog title. Xanadu.
Xanadu. I'm gonna actually like Photoshop his face. I've been photoshopping his face on loads of people for some reason.
Throw me a bloody turtles picture,
I
Burhan.
have. I know. I'm just fascinated with Xander's face, so I keep photoshopping him on boats.
It was
and
really
stuff.
difficult to tie that on my face. Just saying.
That's what she
To
said.
anyone else out there who doesn't know what this was, yeah, that sounded really disgusting. Never mind. Shut up. Move on.
Gaming news, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do gaming news. So, Mr. Xander Scullion, what's in the news this week?
Well, the only thing I can think of that's been in the news lately is the Nintendo Direct was on April Fool's Day, which everyone thought we didn't think it was going to be a real Nintendo Direct, but it really was. And some of the stuff they talked about, which was really interesting, like the new DLC coming out for Mario Kart 8, that's coming out in April, and they're also going to be including 200cc mode. So you're going to be too fast, too furious
shit.
in Mario Kart.
All we need is a me version of Vin Diesel.
and also they
Someone create
announced
that.
Okay, Xander, continue.
they also announced something I was really excited for, that Fatal Frame 5 is going to be localized for the West region.
I like that.
That's
idea.
really cool.
I think that's great. The fact that we're getting something.
That's a smart move.
What the Wii U's built for it. You've got a fucking tablet you can use as the camera. It's like freaking.
I know.
It's like putting a penis
That's
in a
why-
hole. You're not bashing the fucking thing in. It works. It's what the fucking thing's designed to do. I don't
No,
understand.
I know. That's why I'm saying it's a smart move, because it's taken them so fucking long to do it.
So
It's like the bloke who invented the car and stuck the steering wheel in, and one day just woke up and went, "Hey, turns out it goes around corners really well with this round thing."
exactly.
Yes, of course it does, you prick.
So let's go to the panel. Mr. Power Metal Gamer, tell us what you think of this.
What, the 200cc mode Mario Kart?
Well, the whole Nintendo Direct thing, including the Fatal Frame thing. Yeah, just talk about 200cc. By the way, I'm
I'm completely
like,
pissed off about those amiibo cards. Those amiibo cards are just fucking ridiculous. Like, at this stage, like, come on. Amiibo cards for Animal Crossing? Nah.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Yeah, that's fucking. got
Fatal
avoid up
Frame,
my
though.
ass.
The newest for new Fatal Frame is fantastic. Always loved Project Zero. Amazing game. Finally, it's coming over here, so.
I agree with you on that one. Nick, what do you think?
To whoever sneezed, by the way, Gesundheit. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
So, 200cc on Mario Kart. I guess the second like DLC pack got pushed up into April, I believe.
Yes, it has.
If I'm right, huh?
Yes, it has.
Oh, nice. This is gonna be. I was playing Mario Kart earlier. I was playing the.
We
The
still
newer
need to
track
do a
ahead.
fucking video and do a cross, platform fucking Mario Kart, fest.
We should
Yeah.
have a Mario Kart party. I think we should have everybody in this thing and we just all play Mario Kart together. And then basically play with our
I
penises.
back you, Vin Diesel.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'll be Paul Walker
I mean,
then.
it's.
What?
I'll be ludicrous.
I'm really resisting a bad joke then.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Resist,
Yeah.
Dave. Xander, who are you
But
going to be?
a side note.
Xander's
No,
going
go
to be
ahead,
Eva
Xander.
Mendes. 'Cause
I
like
was
it
going to be
too.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh God, Xander, you do it again with that voice and that body.
I'm going to be Michelle Rodriguez.
Now you bend over.
Your
Like,
beard's better than hers. Sorry.
Yeah, your winky is better than hers. Yeah, as you continue, Nick.
So, because I was playing it earlier, and I'm actually getting the USB Ethernet adapter for my Wii U. So I'm make
Oh,
sure
what's
my
that?
online on it is.
Oh, so you don't
Because
do Wi-Fi?
I don't want to use it anymore. I was trying to play all the Smash Brothers online with Wi-Fi with like a couple of the other guys I do podcasts with. I can't even talk now. I'm already getting drunk. Anyway,
Sure you
'cause,
are.
basically how my setup is my internet will take an absolute dive and I can't do crap. So I figured because the Wii U does not have Ethernet ports. It's just straight Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's
So
right.
I figured because you can get
Really?
the USB adapter and solve that problem. So I'll have that Tuesday. Ordered that off of Amazon yesterday.
But does that throttle the speed?
So-
Because obviously it's USB 2 on the Wii U. I know that, but does that
Right.
using an Ethernet through a USB adapter? Does that throttle the speed? Affect the speed?
I don't know.
I've never noticed that.
Well, with the Ethernet, regular Ethernet 9 gigabit, it's 10/100 megabits per second, and USB 2 on paper can do 480 megabits per second. Gigabit Ethernet
Nice.
means it does a gigabit a second.
Giggity. Hey, I mean, they really
Giggity.
missed a gigabit. No, it's never. It's going to be at the same
Gigabit.
because
Do,
it's
do,
connected.
do, do, do. Gigabit. Do, do,
You love
do,
red
do.
carpet. Giggity.
Do, 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 do. Okay, so Sean, what's
So
your
anyway-
opinion? Yeah, go on, Nick.
I'm jacked for the new DLC. I heard the Mewtwo DLC is coming out on the 15th.
Well, sorry, Nick, can I just make you go back to what you said before,
Yeah.
which is how much does that cost?
It cost me total with the shipping about $23.
Oh my god, that's pretty fucking reasonable.
Yeah, well,
£15
that's why I
over
use
here,
Amazon.
15 quid over here.
So, I mean, I figured because I couldn't find one, I decided not to run around the 3 different stores trying to find the thing. So I'm like, screw it, I'm going to Amazon. Can't find something in the store? Go to Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
I once did a
DLC
video called "Do you remember Life Before Amazon?" I don't.
nice. But like the Mewtwo DLC for Smash Bros is coming out on the 15th for those that bought Smash Bros on the Wii U and the 3DS like I did. So, jacked for that. It looks like, I mean, we're getting... honestly, the one I'm most pumped for is the Mario Kart 8 stuff. Because I cannot wait to see how balls to the wall hard this fucking 200cc is going to be.
That's gonna kill friendships.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Speaking of killing friendships.
Mario Kart 8, the new Mario Party. Yeah, Mario Party killed friendships, and now it's going to be Mario Kart.
So, what about you, Sean? What do you think of this?
Well, I never really got to watch too much of it. I got the highlights off of like just a couple of articles and that. So like they're using these cards in place of actual amiibos for stuff like with the Animal Crossing and that. They had talked before about like saying that they might try out second runs of amiibos just for the purpose of like using an amiibo actually in a game instead of just collecting the statues as cards. So you could get a chance to get like a Wii Fit Trainer or anything like that, but it just be in card form. Just have the NFC chip inside of it. That's not so bad.
By the way,
Say if
Xander,
you're not
I
really
saw your latest amiibo and I hate you.
Is it basically, how much are these cards going to be? Do we know?
I'd say you get them in a pack. I'd say they like include them like in a pack where you get like 3 different cards in a pack.
I think this is
Yeah, that wouldn't be
stupid.
very
Why don't
much.
they just basically release statues like they always do? What is holding up on the cost of actually releasing these amiibos in spades? It's
Probably
stops-
because of the application that it is so specialized that they probably don't want to bother going through the expense of producing a statue and just having NFC cards.
And they're milking people's pockets, let's not forget
But they're
that.
Oh, that
selling
too,
like
right?
hotcakes. It's ridiculous. They're selling like hotcakes. All they got to do is basically do a second series on the ones that are popular and just fucking release them. It's ridiculous.
But yeah, I don't care about buying a 3rd, 4th, or 5th series version as long as I get Little Mac. So sort your shit out,
I
Nintendo.
agree. I really agree on that. So, yeah, continue, Sean.
Oh no, I was going to say is like, that part isn't bad now. I've still got to get a Wii U, which is going to be within the next couple months, just finances, time constraints, everything like that. But that definitely makes me want to get Mario Kart as well now because like you know you have a nicer, even more intense level of racing you can do. And I'm the kind of person like I like Flat Out Ultimate Carnage and the Burnout series where boost and making things go faster is the name of the game.
Burnout.
And so, oh man, I even got Burnout Legends on my PSP there. But yeah, that all sounds good. But I never really got to see too much more of it. I've just been so bloody busy with working it. I was working until probably about 6-7 o'clock on April Fool's Day, so to speak. So I missed out on a lot of that. Got a few
That
of the
would
other.
make you the fool.
I was quite the fool,
April
although
Fool, to quote Homer Simpson.
I did see that Deadpool trailer with Mario Lopez from Extra.
Yeah, it was funny.
So fucking good. Oh my god.
I didn't see this. I got to see this after the show finishes.
Oh, I even had to show Tam, Tamara. She was talking about it because she showed a Deadpool drawing. I was like, "Did you see this thing?" She's like, "No." I was like, "Well, I linked it." And she's like, "Oh." It's like, he's actually doing Deadpool like Deadpool's supposed to be Deadpool, not like in that bloody Wolverine movie.
Oh, thank God!
Oh
for
god,
that,
he
because
was
that
fucking
movie was
Deadpool.
terrible.
He was like a zombie version of him with his. He
wasn't
Why would you
Deadpool.
take the merc? Why would you take the merc with the mouth and stitch it up? That's his greatest characteristic from the comics. But no,
really.
he decided to
Sometimes
stitch his
when
mouth
you want
shut.
to punch screenwriters in the face, it's just like, dude, serious. And it had Skip Woods was one of the guys who wrote it. Skip Woods, for most people who don't know, actually directed the film Thursday. If you haven't seen it and you like the original Punisher movies, check it out. Now, going on.
Oh yeah,
Original. Oh yes, sorry.
What, the one with Dolph Lundgren?
No, not the Dolph Lundgren one.
No, that one's shit. Especially the bit when he's sat
No,
really
the one with,
awkwardly butt naked.
the guy from Hung.
Yeah.
Or
Now,
Ray Stevenson?
going on from it, yeah. Well, let's go on from that. Guerrilla Games.
The guy in middle in the.
In other games.
I may have an opinion on this, but
Okay, go on, Dave.
I've just got fucking Woody for 200cc mode. I just think it's gonna be like Nick was right. It's gonna wreck. It's not gonna wreck friendships. It's gonna wreck relationships. I'm pretty sure there will be parliaments in the world that are hung because fucking 200cc mode comes out, and all I know is anything that makes me go, that fast, that quickly, is I'd buy her dinner if it was a bird.
That'll get your little chap a little bit up to attention.
I can see my friendships ending as well. Like every time I play Mario Kart, it's with friends, and we do be drinking a lot, and we get aggressive sometimes because of the fucking stupid shells.
Oh,
So man, when the
ball makes me laugh.
200cc comes in, it's going to be like a blur on the screen.
I was playing it with my mates the other day, and I'm not going to say it, the actual word. I'm just going to refer to it as the C-bomb. But I remember pausing the game and turning to my friend and just go, "Did you just call me the C-bomb because I beat you? That's harsh."
Hey, most people do call you that behind your back, Dave. I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm going to cry.
Don't cry. That you should be he's one mean C word.
If you want a really, really, really good laugh, by the way, watch my Gran Turismo 2 video. There was a response to the 16-Bit Brothers where I was so invested in the game, and yes, right, I had a couple of beers under my belt, and I dropped the C-bomb into it, and then spent the rest of the video profusely apologizing for using the C-bomb word.
Dave Wade, everybody. Just to let you know, guys, Guerrilla Games, unannounced PS4 game to have photorealistic, organic, and inorganic material. Guerrilla Games and Sony Computer Entertainment have been keeping the developer's upcoming PS4 game under closed curtains. A career opportunity seeking shader and texture artist gives a glimpse on what can be expected from the game's visuals. So, let's ask the panel here. Xander, what do you think about this?
I think it's pretty futuristic. It's kind of weird. Like, we're going to have organic in video games? Like, what?
Yeah, it's like organic matter in video games. So, organic and inorganic materials. And more. So we might see penises, who knows?
You wish.
I do, actually.
That's weird. Like, I don't know how to respond to that. That's really weird.
Penises in video games. Oh my god.
Choniki.
Oh, I think wasn't the first penis in a video game. Well, what was on the Atari 2600? It was Custer, but there wasn't a whole bit in Grand Theft Auto 4 where there's a sequence, because I never played that version. But,
San Andreas, is that the hot coffee mod?
Yeah, and
That was
and
San
there's a
Andreas,
bit-
man.
Yeah, and there's a slong
My second
shot in
favorite
there.
game of all time.
Oh, good man, because that's my favorite Grand Theft Auto game, San Andreas.
Nice.
Especially
mine
because
too,
you can
but,
just eat and eat. This sounds terrible. Just because you can eat and 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 then throw up. That sounds
Has anyone
terrible.
here played Outlast? The DLC for Outlast?
No, not yet.
No.
Well, one of my friends were playing it there a while back, and it was fucking funny. You wake up on a table, and there's this guy trying to like marry or something. He's weird, and fucking you wake up on a table and you like look down with your camera, and like you can see the guy's fucking knob hanging out. Like it's like shocking that, isn't it?
Well, there's a bit in in Saints Row 4 you could run around streaking, but everything's blurred out. Well, in fact, when you create your male character, you can increase a sex appeal, and it's just giving him a bigger dick.
What was the game? Was it Kane and Lynch? I can't remember. I really enjoyed it, but
we were running on the roof after the guy in the nip. It was Kane and Lynch
there's a whole level where there's a whole level when you're butt naked and you've got a pixelated ass.
There's a couple of missions in Saints Row 4 where you have to run around naked. It's fucking hilarious.
Well, going on the term of going around naked, and I don't know how I'm going to segue from this, OnLive demonstrates the fear of an all-digital future. Now, Cinelinx has reported that OnLive has just been abruptly announced that their services will be shutting down due to Sony acquiring their assets. No plans to keep the service afloat. It might not come as a surprise the service is vanishing because, honestly, who remembered they were even existing? OnLive has been trying to find an exit route for some time now as they switched owners and were constantly trying to sell themselves to console makers. This isn't a problem as we see it as a thoughts, the problem that the service is shutting down and all our customers are totally left in the dark. Now, I'm going to put this out there. This Sony acquiring their assets means that Sony are now the only all-digital service with PlayStation Now. And OnLive customers are kind of getting screwed here. So, Xander, what do you think about this?
He ducked out for a second.
Oh, okay. So we go to you, Sean.
Apparently Wolverine got a saber tooth.
Sean, what about you?
OnLive was trying to diversify too much. I was fooling around with Linux distro at one point of Puppy Linux, and it came with OnLive. Like, this free distro came with the OnLive client built in when you installed it onto the computer. Now, my thoughts on why Sony did this is not really so much eliminate the competition, but get the best out of what the competition had to offer to probably try to improve their PlayStation Now service more, which I think is probably the mode of operation they were going with there, because they had bought OnLive's competition and converted that over to being PlayStation Now. But I guess they were finding some things still need to be improved upon. Now, as for the people that are loyal OnLive customers, it's probably going to suck balls from them unless Sony decides to say, well, you can transition over to having a PlayStation Now account or something like that. But I think this is pretty much the OnLive service dying a very quick death. Versus like the dragged out life support it's been on for a while.
Yeah, I really feel bad for everybody else who's basically paid for this client and who's been using it. The other issue they had was the fact that they were getting games that were released 6 months ago as brand new titles. It was like, really? Yeah, and plus with the announced PlayStation, when the PS4 was announced, it kind of single-handedly killed the service anyway, because the PS4 could do everything that they could do, but also provide you with disc-based games. Now, Xander, what do you think about the fact that OnLive is shut down and their assets have been sold off to Sony?
It was going to happen. I mean, OnLive wasn't really doing that well to begin with. It was just kind of like pretty much Sony was just buying it just to give it a peaceful death, just to put the old dog asleep.
Yeah,
it was old stuff.
Let's go to you, Dave. What do you think about it?
It was on the cards, and I know from a business perspective, or practicality, what I'm about to say makes no sense. I just feel a little bit sorry for the people who were invested in it and now lose it, because I always like to think that someone would honor their customer base, but.
Speaking on non-gaming related news, IGN has reported that Ash vs Evil Dead title teaser has been released. So you get to see a little teaser motion graphic of what it's going to be called. So the series has been announced as Ash vs Evil Dead. It's got 10 episodes for the first season. It's premiering late 2015, and it's also going to be starring Bruce Campbell in the titular role of Ash. What do you guys think?
I'm looking forward to that.
I think I have a word right now.
What about you, Nick?
I really don't care either way, and on the OnLive thing, I had no idea they still existed.
Tag, what about you?
I have no say on it.
Coolio. Okay, so what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to go on to a little break, and then we'll be talking about the main segment of gaming politics.
This is why I love this podcast, Burhan, by the way, because you're the only bloke in podcast land who affords me the luxury of having a slash break.
So let's do it, guys, and we're going on a 3-minute break. We're basically playing from Vinyl Spectrum, who's basically a band with our great friend Chris Lokes, and it's called Storm of Swords. So let's play it. That was Vinyl Spectrum, and the track was Storm of Swords. So you can check them out. Apparently they're going to be going on tour soon. If you want to check them out, you can head over to facebook.com Chris Lokes, and he will, well, most definitely point you in the right direction. And I believe they have a page on facebook.com/Vinyl Spectrum, and twitter.com Vinyl Spectrum as well. They're coming out with a new album soon. Great thing is if you say you're a musician or you've got a band or you've got something or you like to play the skin flute, you can send us your pieces by going to igotgameplay@gmail.com and we'll be more than happy to play your music.
You just sound like a pimp, by the way.
Thank you.
If you would like to send Burhan your piece, then do such.
Then you can do.
Pimpin' ain't easy, man. Pimpin'
ain't easy. Welcome to Suplex. Now let's basically talk about tonight's topic. And Xander Sculling was one who came up with this topic tonight, inadvertently, so to speak. Because Xander messaged me on Facebook and said, "Hey, look what the hell's going on." And a lot of it was just due to the fact that a lot of people in gaming have kind of been ranting. So we're going to start with that.
You could almost say they were angry.
So. They were angry. Now, the thing about it is,
I see what you did there.
The gaming community, in terms of gaming, has grown stronger. It's become so mainstream at the moment. Since the gaming crash of 1982, there's been controversies that have gone in gaming by spades. We can talk about basically YouTube commentaries. We can talk about gaming television shows. We can talk about everything, including the fact where you have people ranting and raving about certain things, or people even being sued. The fact that things like such as copyright have become a blurred line now in terms of gaming of who actually owns a property. Now gaming companies are saying that if you purchase a game, you don't actually own the right to stream that game, as the copyright actually extends to the party who created it. So we can start by talking about a rant that happened recently on the Angry Joe Show. Now, I'm going to give him a bit of credit here, youtube.com/Angry Joe Show. That's about enough fucking credit I'm going to give him. And the reason being is Angry Joe has been a pillar in the gaming community. He's gone from being a pillar, in my opinion, to a pill. And the reason being is he's gone from being someone who's tried to
What is the most cringeworthy thing he's ever done, by the way? Watch his interview when he finally meets Felicia Day. It's absolutely cringeworthy because he just...
You can hear him getting hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, just apart.
The thing is, when it comes to anybody in the gaming community that uses their power, like, for instance, and he's got a lot of stroke. He's got over 1 million subscribers. He has had, like, call to battle in certain opportunities where he was one of the main protagonists, in a sense, who were battling Microsoft when they tried to go for an all-digital medium instead of actually doing things appropriately. He's one of the people that kind of spearheaded the change.
He has had a positive effect.
Yes. In the Xbox One, so I want to give him all due credit from that. But recently, his channel has been going downhill, in my opinion. And it's only my opinion. This is not an opinion of anybody else on the show, or anyone out there in the gaming land. This is my opinion. And to basically cover for that, he's been...
Man, you do know we're on the internet, and having an opinion of your own is very dangerous.
Well, he's been doing stuff such
sacrilege,
as talking about certain things that he doesn't do research on, such as Gamergate. And trying to throw himself into situations so that he can basically make a video about it that gets over 100,000 views and more. The recent rant he did was on Nintendo, as he purchased a Wii U back in 2014, around about December 2014, and felt that things that happened with Nintendo that happened way before them, taking people's videos, trying to shut people's channels down and monetizing their videos, didn't apply to him for some reason. So he did an angry rant. Now, I'm going to move over to Xander Sculling here, who can talk a bit more in detail about this, because he was the first person to speak up about this. So, Xander, take it away.
So basically, Angry Joe bought a Wii U, and he says he really enjoys it. He did a Mario Party 10 Let's Play with a couple of his friends, and something happened where, of course, Nintendo said they owned the rights to it, and he wasn't making any money on it. So he made a video pretty much in the underlying kind of way, he's probably going to keep his Wii U anymore because, Angry Joe is the gamer's gamer. He really speaks from the heart, and he's very passionate about video games when he's getting a paycheck. And I say that with full-heartedly because this isn't the first time he's kind of whined about this kind of thing. I remember when YouTube was having the whole copyright issues, he made a video about it, and he was almost like crying about it because YouTube is his job. That's how he makes his money. He even said it himself. He had an actual job, but he quit it because he wanted to do more stuff with YouTube. And with this copyright stuff, it was kind of crippling the way he was doing his content. He was going to have to change his content and not do it the way he wanted to. And he was sitting there saying that all he had left was $7 while he was standing behind thousands of dollars worth of equipment. I'm talking about HD televisions, PS4. He's wearing a $300 leather jacket. And this is where it strikes me and rubs me the wrong way. Is because I know people who are struggling. I know people who are actually broke. I know people that are, doing everything they can to make ends meet. This guy has a luxury job in the sense that, yeah, it's probably a lot of hard work. I know it's hard work to go out there and make videos and edit them, and especially the content he does with the skits and the green screen. I understand that. But it's a luxury job. He's not out there, making minimum wage shoveling shit. He's sitting on his ass talking about video games. And for someone to sit there and say that he's broke, sitting behind all these luxury things, I'm like, I've known people that said they were broke and they had to go out and sell that stuff. They've had to get rid of it. They've had stuff repossessed, their cars repossessed, so they couldn't drive to work.
Live off
so
of
they
like
had to,
$400 a fucking month and not being able to pay anything, including debts. So yeah,
exactly.
I think I know how that feels.
So I'm going to tell you guys a little website that you can go to. It's called socialblade.com, and you can put in any YouTuber. You can put in that YouTuber, and it will show you an estimate on how much, if they had AdSense on, how much money they would be making. Angry Joe estimated is making $700,000 a year.
What a whiny little prick.
Okay? That is a lot of money. And the way I look at it is that if I was in Joe's shoes, now when I said this in the post, people thought I was comparing myself to Angry Joe. I am nothing like Angry Joe. Content-wise and personal-wise, I'm nothing like him.
No one on this podcast is Angry Joe, and we're going to point that out right now, okay? No one does the numbers that he does. We're not saying that he doesn't deserve what he has, but, I'm going to
just
throw it back over
to
you,
humble,
Xander.
you
Yeah, exactly. There's a bit of humble pie that needs to be in here. Go on, Xander.
Yeah, what I was going to say was, if I was in Joe's shoes and I had fans, like he was saying, fans were like, Joe, why don't you do some more Nintendo stuff? I really like your Nintendo stuff. And he was pretty much saying, sorry, guys, I can't do Nintendo stuff because Nintendo says they own the copyrights and they're taking it down. The reason why they're taking it down is because it's fucking monetized. If you don't monetize the video, they will not take it down. So you could do this. Make your Nintendo videos. Go to the fans, let them know, because obviously your opinion matters. With over 1 million subscribers, obviously they're eating out of the palm of your hands and enjoy your stuff and really want to see what you're putting out. Do some Nintendo content, take the fucking loss, because you're obviously making just as much money than the average Joe covering PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's the same thing as these Let's Players. I have nothing against people that do Let's Plays on Twitch. That's awesome. But, some of them get really upset when their stream gets taken down by Twitch because of copyrights, and they're upset because they can no longer make money sitting on their butt 10 hours a day playing video games and people watching them. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's a luxury, guys. This is not real work. When you're working, 70 to 50 hours a week doing manual labor, and you hear people whining about this, it's like being in a grocery store and hearing a kid cry because he can't have a fucking toy. It's annoying.
That's pretty much it. And I want to point out another thing as well. If Joe likes the money and he wants the monetization, here's an idea. Open up a channel called Angry Joe Nintendo and post all your Nintendo content on that channel. Have it monetized by Nintendo, and there, voila, you have money. You get 25% and Nintendo takes the rest. Take the loss, take the hit. You're still getting paid. There is no fucking reason why you should be bitching. There is no fucking reason whatsoever. And I agree with Xander. And do you know what? I'm coming from basically a film, TV background, and myself being an actor. A lot of people might say what I do is kind of luxury work. It's not. It takes intense training. It basically takes a skill, and it takes you to go and do stuff. A lot of courage, a lot of representation, and a lot of preparation. In terms of playing games in front of a fucking TV or doing a Let's Play, that doesn't take much work. You've got a camera, you're sitting there, you're being yourself. You're streaming yourself out to your audience. That's all you're doing. You are not doing anything else in terms of that. And the thing that pisses me
Michael,
off...
if I may add as well,
YouTube
is
channel.
I know
Whoa,
people
whoa,
who
whoa,
are
whoa.
actors have to have degrees in it.
Yeah, and I've got
Sorry.
a degree in it. No, I agree, Sean. I've got a degree
Yeah,
in it.
and I'm friends with quite a few people, even just in this town where it's a theater arts town, that have their Bachelor of Fine Arts acting. They actually have to go to school for a while, polish their craft, not fucking half-ass it in front of a camera.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And this is the thing that really pisses me off in terms of what Joe's situation is. You have money, right? You're not PewDiePie. You're not Markiplier. These guys use their fame to create awareness and to basically give money to certain causes. You sit there and
are positive towards causes.
Yeah, and you sit there and I don't care what people say about PewDiePie. I'm not a fan of his
I don't
content.
watch PewDiePie.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of him, but I do
I'm a
respect
fan of him
him.
as a human being. And the same goes for Markiplier. I'm fine with both of these guys as human beings. And I like Markiplier's content. He's actually got a very sexy voice as well. I'm not going to lie, being a heterosexual male. But
Yeah.
guys like Joe piss me off because they're the other side of YouTube. You've got the guys who are appreciative, who understand, who try to create awareness. You guys like Mr. Repsion, guys like Markiplier, guys like PewDiePie. You've got the humble guys who don't take it as a job. Johnny Millennium, for instance, the happy console gamer. Rob Man.
Don't take it
Games
for granted.
81's
is what
another
you do.
one, you know.
Yeah.
I'll just, you know, and can I bring Johnny up? I remember when he did the video where he needed a new camera, and people open up their wallets and they donate money to him to get a new camera.
Yeah.
I remember
and
that.
people
I
were
remember
giving
the
him
absolute
shit.
massive amount of hatred he got for that. And
But he never.
I'm like-
This is the thing. He never asked people for this money. People offered. Right. And
yeah,
I'm gonna point this out.
that's just it. This is what I did a video at the time that I got massively trolled on, which is people. He did this. He suggested something. If you don't want to give money, don't give money. But don't go on your fucking moral high horse and go on about how dare he do this. It wasn't. He didn't have a gun to your head and say "fucking give me money."
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
these same people are going to be paying for Metal Jesus Rocks to basically buy a fucking van and tour the United States. I've got a problem with it. I got no issue with Metal Jesus Rocks. I'm going to say that now. But these same people,
I like his hair.
These same people who complain about Johnny are going to be paying for a caravan that the dude's going to be using for his vacays to go and tour the United States and his petrol money.
See, and now I wanted to bring something up about that because we were talking about it in our Facebook group. The Hey Listen is you know, it's me, Chronolink, Cole Annoying Navi, who was on the IGG before, and Zach ZRPG, and they brought it up. I watched the video. I thought the video was funny as fuck, but I'm like, looking at him like all he's doing, and he factored in all the expenses and everything, you know, the time off of work and what things are going to cost, and it's like, more power to him. You know, if he can hit his goal and, you know, he can do this tour, great. And then he's doing something for the fans, too.
Yeah, but you're paying for your vacay. That's all they're doing. They're paying him for a vacation. Go on, Xander.
What really made me feel kind of standoffish about it, and again, just like you guys, I have nothing against Metal Jesus. You know, I do enjoy his content, but
me too.
But the thing is that what really rubbed me the wrong way is, you know, these people are on YouTube are normal people, you know, and I think a lot of the problem is you know, a lot of people watch, you know, the people on YouTube and you're like, man, I'm watching this person, and you get kind of like that celebrity kind of feel to it. And I'll admit, there's YouTubers I've talked to that I've really respected that I felt kind of like, you know, like I was fanning out a little bit. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I talked to this
Johnny
person.
and Rob. We both basically, I remember me and you marked out when we were having a conversation with Johnny Millennium. You know, but these guys have had big impacts on our lives, and I agree with you. Continue.
But the thing is, though, is like he was like, all right, well, we want you guys to pay $50,000, donate to us to get an RV so we can tour the country, buying video games, buying records.
What fucking van is he buying for 50 grand?
Yeah, he was like, you know,
probably.
Okay, guys, let Xander talk.
But yeah, he's like, you know, I want to tour the country. I want to, you know, film while we're doing this, and buy records, buy video games, drink beer, go to restaurants, have a fun time. And here was the kicker. I was like, and you are also donating because we're going to come visit you. And that just, it rubbed me the wrong way because I was just like, you're not a celebrity. You're not you're not that kind of. It's not that kind of thing, you know. It'd be like me making a video on my channel, being like, "Yeah, guys, you know, I have a lot of friends that are in the UK, like Dave and Burhan. I have friends that are in Ireland, like Power Metal Gamer. I have friends in Norway, like Irene. I would love to come and let them see me. So why don't you guys pay me some money so I can go and visit them?" It's like, how about you just go to cons? Go to cons and tell people about cons and go to those. That's how it used to be. Now it's like we got to pay YouTubers for them to meet us.
Do you know what? I don't mean to interject or cut you off, son. But I think the biggest problem with this kind of ideology that people have right now can be ultimately, and not directly in this case, but blamed on the X Factor generation, which is everyone seems to think that life is there for them on a plate, and they have to do. Just walk out, click their fingers, and all of a sudden, people throw money at them. And if they don't get money, it's not fair. I think shows like X Factor, Pop Idol, American Idol have just created a very selfish generation.
Well, think about it this way as well. This is another thing that I've been thinking about. This takes away. It's like even I'm the kind of guy as well that had the problem with Zach Braff basically getting donations so he could make a movie. You have the money. Now, I'm sorry, Metal Jesus Rocks. You have the money. You've got monetization for your videos. You are making money off your videos. You also said you've got a job that you've obviously saved your money up. Why should people donate to you if you are making this money? This is one of the reasons why I've had an issue about posting a Silent Hill Indiegogo, because I sit there and think, what if people are going to treat me the same way? I want to make this pilot to show what we could do, but I'm second guessing myself all the time because of people like this. And again, I've got no issue with the guy.
But I think it comes down to people can differentiate between the credibility of someone's, agenda or plans. If
but
it makes sense
it's
for
the internet. You can't. And this is where the issue stems from. Great projects like Pixel Noir, which was a great game that was supposed to be funded, didn't get funded because people kept being skeptic. Nigel McGuinness' project didn't get funded because people kept bitching and moaning about the project. Good projects are being ignored and you're paying for someone's vacation. Do you see how stupid people are being? And I am sorry to all these people out there who are donating. Do you see how stupid you're being? Next, you could have like fucking Alpha Omega Sin ask you to buy him an easy chair and you'll probably donate to it. This is where the problem is. And again, no issue with Alpha Omega Sin. I love the guy.
Plus, if he's going to fund a chair, it should be a lazy boy.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? But this is what I'm talking about.
Beanbag.
It's a ridiculous concept.
I just want a chair that's got a fridge in the arm for my beer.
People are complaining about Patreon and complaining about people giving money to YouTubers, and you're paying for someone's vacation so they can drink beer and buy games. That's literally, you're paying for someone's holiday. Do you know what I mean? And this is where my mind boggles.
If you want to pay for my holiday, I like 2 weeks off at the end of August
you know what?
to spend
Maybe
in
I should
heaven.
start up a Kickstarter so you could pay off my 20 grand debt and then help me move into a fucking house in Canada. That will be great. This is where stupidity comes in. You've got to see the projects that are worth doing and the projects are not. If you're going to do, say, basically...
And I know you touched upon it, but although in people's defence, where they spend their money is their choice.
I agree with you, but at the end of the day, this is what this really irks me, and it's the same goes like, I was a bit iffy about the Angry Video Game Nerd Kickstarter when he did that, but
he still bloody owes me a signed autograph.
I could see the reason. It was a B movie. It was his only film. He wanted to make it. It was a passion project. But then you have Johnny Millennium, who made his and did it for free, released it directly on YouTube.
But then there's also a question. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Karen.
Hi, cool.
Go Tag.
I was talking about Angry Video Game Nerd. I remember seeing like the Angry Video Game near the movie that was up on YouTube. He had it up on his YouTube page, and I clicked into it and I went to watch it, and it was like you have to pay for this through like a fucking card to watch. You have to pay him like a $5 to watch it.
Yeah,
Weird.
that's where I had the
He
problem.
still owes me bloody £30 from his
I
Kickstarter
haven't
that I
even
gave him
watched
for his
the
fucking
movie.
signed autograph.
I haven't even watched the movie because I'm like, when it comes out on DVD, when he releases it on DVD, I'll buy it. That's my support. I'm not donating
Myself
to it.
as well.
Yeah, I'm not donating to it. I'm not paying for a digital copy of this movie. I am buying it. And now I'm the guy also is I
Well, can I just go?
Go for it.
Sorry, when I cut cut you off. Sorry, mate, I forgot your name. Oh, terrible. Oh. In my defence, I have been drinking.
Tag.
Yeah, sorry, Ted. See, there's a difference between when it comes to credibility and stuff, which is when people like Johnny Millennium, do that video. I'm just really, really amazed. That they're approachable. They take their sub base and they don't take it for granted, if that makes sense. So I just remember that every time I ever sent him a PM when the fucking inbox actually worked on YouTube, he responded. Actually responded, and it blew my mind one day. And he just sent me a fucking message on Facebook and said, "Hey, do you want to Skype?" I'm like, "Oh, me? Really?"
Johnny Millennium is such a great guy. Like, he subscribed to my YouTube channel when I first started out, and he left a few comments here and there on my videos. He's pretty nice.
Yeah, he's
That's
subbed to mine
the
as well.
point I'm trying to make, Tag, which is he should be disassociated with the crowd of people when they go like, "Oh, how dare he ask for this?" Because he's a fucking humble bloke. He's a nice bloke. He puts his pants on fucking like everyone else does. And plus, one of the funniest things I've ever had in my life was he proved to me that his mum was from Yorkshire by having her come into the Skype conversation and talk. And I just went, "Oh my God, your mum's so fucking Yorkshire. She makes me want to have a really strong cup of tea with no milk."
He's also far right, Dave. He's a righty. He's not a lefty. He's a righty.
Yay!
But yeah, so basically, because I had a conversation with him about politics, I ended up stopping.
No, what I'm saying about is the point. If I can just put this in there quickly, which is there's credibility between people doing these things.
No, I agree, and this is the thing. And again, as I said, I'm going to say this again. I have no issue with Metal Jesus Rocks. I have no issue with the fact that he's doing this. I just think this is the same as someone asking for Google Glasses or that girl who set up a Kickstarter.
Have you ever seen Larry Bundy Jr.'s thing he does every now and then on Facebook,
Yeah.
which is funny fucking Kickstarters that make me laugh?
Yeah, he's one of the ones that pointed out about the Google Glasses, so I
He
can
did
see,
this.
so I can watch my son grow and all that bollocks, right?
His last one was brilliant, which is, by the way, people, I need £50,000 so I can start a YouTube gaming channel.
Oh, that one.
Wow.
Oh.
I remember hearing about that one. But
But-
I want to squeeze something here on the whole Metal Jesus thing.
Go on, Nick.
If I would draw the line is if he ends up, like, let's say he meets his goal and then he doesn't even do it. That's where I draw the line. Like, the whole Phil
Yeah.
Fish thing where he got all that money to do the game or whatever, and he got all the hate and then he took the money and ran, and he was a complete jackass. See, that's where I had the problem.
But he's entitled to
generally
do
think this
it.
is-
He's entitled to do it. He doesn't have to do it. He could just take the money and run. The only
But what I'm
person...
saying
no,
is,
it's
Metal
already-
Jesus has more character than that. He's going to follow through on it, and that's if he hits his goal. Which, honestly, I hope he does. But if he doesn't, whatever.
But the
I
thing
think you
is,
should just downsize and aim for a Volkswagen camper van instead of an RV.
well, this is the thing. This is my issue with it. And as I said, I've got the same issue with it that I had with the Smosh asking for like 500 grand to develop a mobile app, which they got funded, by the way. Or
Jesus Christ, how much does a mobile app cost?
it doesn't cost.
500 grand! Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
Yeah, and Smosh earn an estimated $2 million a year off of their own channels. Think about that.
Well, why don't you just go to the bank and say, "Here's my bankable revenue. I'm pretty sure you'll give me a loan."
But this is where I think the line gets drawn. Some of these guys don't want to spend their own money. And I want to go back now, because we're kind of trailing off a track here, to Angry Joe. He's complaining that he's getting no money. As Xander puts it, you have all this equipment. I know people, friends of mine, who give blood so they've got enough money to
Pretty sure he could
basically-
Pretty sure he could put his fucking mustache on eBay for fucking a couple of grand.
But do you know what I mean? Some people basically have to give blood so they can pay the fucking rent and buy shopping. I live, and I'm gonna point this out, which I shouldn't be pointing this out, but I'll point it out. I live on £10 a week for food shopping. Not even lying, £10 a week in terms of my own food shopping. It was enough for me to go to the market.
Your pecs are pretty impressive for that, I've got to say. How
Thank
do you
you.
afford those carbs?
So I can buy salads. I've been living off the same tub of protein for nearly a year. Not even lying there. And the fact is, when
I think you might want to check its sell-by date then, but
no, I have. It's basically expires in a couple of years. The thing that I'm getting at here, people,
You're good.
is you can't sit there and try and tell me and bitch and moan and complain and say to me, I'm so impoverished, I'm getting 700 grand a week. That's close to $1 million a year. 700 grand a year. That's close to $1 million a year. 700 grand. Me and Xander could probably both live off of 700 grand for the next 4 years. Probably even more than that.
Everybody in this call could.
Yeah, we could all get a house
I
together.
could buy a fucking yacht and tour the south coast of France.
We could buy a house for that amount of money and live off the rest of that money for our expenses, our bills, food, for the entire probably lifespan of the collectively, right? You're telling me and going the whole woe is me playing the victim bullshit. This is where I draw the line, and this is one of the reasons why I had an issue with Joe. Joe made like a couple of videos at the end of the year, his end of the year rants sort of thing. Those videos were badly edited, badly scripted. It had him just going on camera when there's a guy who actually scripts his stuff usually. Badly done. He's basically become so egotistical with his fame that it's just getting ridiculous. And for me, I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is wrong with you? I finally unsubscribed after I had enough. I couldn't sit there morally and listen to this dickhead spiel his bollocks because I'm so famous. I deserve more. You don't deserve fucking shit. Remember where you came from. You were working in a fucking Value Mart somewhere before you hit big on YouTube, right?
It wasn't
Before-
Adele that he worked with?
Yeah, before you were going with to cons, before you were going with the guy with the glasses, right, and running with that crowd, who by the way don't even support you anymore. Were making all this money.
Who, in his defence, is a very approachable bloke because he's actually responded to one of my emails and sent me a signed autograph. So
Well,
yeah, so fuck you, James Rolfe. Where's my bloody signed autograph? I paid for your movie and I didn't get shit. Sorry.
but that's my thing here. This is my problem. Know where you came from, eat some fucking humble pie, and if you really are desperate for that Nintendo money, just fucking create a secondary channel, dude. It's not fucking hard. Everyone and their mother has done it. Smosh did a gaming channel with their fucking subscribers from their normal channel. You know, stop.
Well,
bitching.
can I just tag something on there, Burhan?
Go on.
About the now we've gone back to Angry Joe, which is which we should never have strayed from because that was our whole tangent. Do you know what? Right? Maybe this is your life. Maybe this is your career. Maybe you're in a very, very wonderful, luxurious place and fortunate to be able to do what you do. But when you complain about things like this, it falls on deaf ears. At least with people with my ears, with the sense that I don't do anything on YouTube other than it's a hobby. I'm very fucking fortunate to have. I still wake up sometimes and think, why do this many people fucking subscribe to me? Are you fucking stupid? But the point is, don't be complacent. Don't take it for granted. Don't use it as something to achieve something else. Just fucking... People subscribe to watch you because they like you, so just make fucking content. Don't go on these moralistic tirades about how unfair life is.
And he can't even do that anymore, though. That's the problem.
Fucking DeLorean.
He can't even make proper content anymore. His content is terrible now, from when he started.
Yeah, it has gone downhill.
Yeah, and it's because he's not fucking bothered. He just wants to play games with his friends on Twitch. If you want to fucking do that, then do that. Stop.
By the way, Burn, there's a T and H in bothered. It's not V.
I don't fucking give a shit at the moment. I'm ranting.
Oh my god, that turns into grammar.
Zero fucks given.
Exactly, zero fucks given. The thing is, this what bugs me. If you really are that fucking hard up for cash, you really need to learn how to save your money.
Get a job.
Stop
Go out and just sell your ass.
You know what? Stop spending shit on board games that you don't need. Stop supporting Kickstarters for people that are going to give you free shit if you hit the high fucking $1,000 tier.
I'll give you £100 for your lovely desk.
Which you brag about, by the way, on the internet, on the same fucking place when you do your vlogs, which was one of the other reasons I got put off. Stop doing shit that you know is going to come back and bite you in the arse, and people will support you. But if you rant like this, no one's going to feel sorry for you. Xander, do you feel sorry for him?
No.
No. Dave, do you feel sorry for him?
I like his mustache.
Tag, do you feel sorry for him?
For Angry Joe? Well,
Yeah.
he got himself into this kind of mess himself, so I don't really know.
Yeah. Do you feel sorry for him, Sean? Sean's not there. Do you feel sorry for him,
Sean's
Nick?
trying to find his bomb.
No, if you're gonna,
Oh, sorry, no, I had it on mute.
you
Sorry
know,
about that.
complain about. Look, as far as the Nintendo thing with their whole copyright thing, that's a load of bullshit. You know, they're monetizing, even if they're, I guess, even if they're just reviews. So whatever. But if you're gonna, don't act like you're fucking broke, and you're pissed. If you're pissed at Nintendo about their copyright thing, one thing. But if you're trying to make it like, oh, they're making you broke and you're out of money, fuck you.
But then
You summed it up perfectly there, Nick, by the way, which is, if they're making you broke, they're not making you anything, Joe, because this is just something you do.
But
There's
also-
no conspiracy, there's no fucking, Illuminati, people aren't conspiring against you, it's just, no, you choose to be on YouTube and you're very fortunate to make a living off it, but they aren't making you anything. That's just the rules.
I think though, out of the wake of all the rantingness and all the drama that comes with it, if anything, this should be a sign to people who are in YouTube or maybe want to start YouTube. And the biggest thing is do it because it's a passion. If you're doing it for popularity, or if you're just doing it just to make money, this is not what you need to do, because excuse me, because the thing is YouTube is just like any sort of media.
It's basically a digital form of collecting stamps.
Dave, let him finish.
Well, the thing is, it's like, okay, it's like being in a band. Okay, you might have that one hit wonder. You might have that chance that you actually are on the radio. You're doing really well. I'm pretty sure all of us have seen Behind the Music. And the VH1 show, and like they'll be talking about some band that was behind the music, and they're like, yeah, they were at the top of the charts, they were touring the world. What happened? They let the luxury get to their heads. They spent way too much money, and they became broke. And they didn't, and their shadows their former selves. So if by any chance you are making some revenue from YouTube, even if you're not, definitely if you're not even getting close to Angry Joe, say you're making maybe $400 a month or something like that, to save the money, invest the money, do something with it, instead of just spending it on everything and looking at this as like, hey, this is going to be my career. I'm going to who the fuck's going to retire off of YouTube? This is like one of those things. Invest it. Enjoy it while you can, because you know what? It's part of social media, and all of us know if we all had a MySpace account, social media doesn't last forever. There's going to be a time that YouTube's not going to be around anymore. There's going to be a time Twitch is not around anymore, and there's going to be time that there's going to be new policies that are like put into it that you're really going to have to invest, and just do it because you like it. Oh. That's the biggest thing.
And that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh,
go on, Nick.
It's funny you brought up MySpace. This is just a side thing. I'm pissed because I logged into my MySpace one day and randomly, and all my fucking pictures were gone. All those pictures I had from high school and everything I had up there gone. And I don't know
lost a lot of shit on my MySpace too.
I did as well. I uploaded.
And I'm fucking pissed. I had some good ones up there.
But let me go on, just like end this little rant on.
I'm upset now. Hang on, no, shut up. I really want to see your high school pictures, Nick.
This is not a MySpace rant, Dave. let's, I'm going to end it on this little
I think
conversation
what Nick said
on a
is
caveat.
true. Well, it is true.
I got back, by the way.
All right,
Basically,
Dave, then Sean.
it's. Do you know what? Right? In your outside of if you're afforded the luxury of being able to make money off social media, outside of that, in your actual job, the way you fill your car up, the way you're frugal with your with everything economically, you use your brain. You do it correctly because everyone's hard up for money. But all of a sudden to piss through this fucking money you were lucky over everyone else to get from being popular on social media, and then turn around and complain that it's not fair. That's just, well, why didn't you manage it properly? I'm pretty sure you don't fucking go to the supermarket and go, that's right, people, I'm going to buy the most expensive version of everything. No, because you live on a budget. So why is it different in social media? Why all of a sudden are the rules exempt when you're online?
No, I agree. And this is the thing, right? No offense, you could take some of that 700 grand you're making, Joe, invest in the housing market.
Buy me a fucking DeLorean.
Invest in stocks and shares. You can invest in stuff that would basically give you a vast return. You could open up a fucking shop that sells, I don't know, video games.
Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make, Bern, which is, it's called being frugal, responsible, educated, and understanding of consequences to, wealth. Sorry. Now I really have a bug up my ass.
But that's the thing. And that's where I, this is where I have an issue. I really feel, I don't really feel for Joe. The only feeling I have for Joe is anger. Because he's someone
that's taken
someone that's taken advantage of it, and I agree with Dave. It's like the 50 Shades of Grey movie. The actor's saying, "Oh, we may never work again. We may never have credibility." You've earned 4 or 5 million.
You could retire.
You've earned 4 or 5 million off the fucking movie. You could retire and live the rest of your lives in fucking France in a chateau, drinking fucking wine until your balls fall off.
It's like that dickhead from One Direction, and the only reason I kind of don't hate One Direction is the person who did my theme tune did an amazing cover of the fucking song, but the guy who left recently and he was saying like, oh, I can't handle the limelight anymore, it's not fair, it's not this, it's not that. And like, how many people at 22 years old fucking have 17 million pounds in the bank?
Oh, that Zayn Malik kid. Yeah. No, I agree.
I really struggle to find sympathy for you with that statement
One Direction
across all the tabloids. Like I said, I hate them, Nick, by the way, but the only reason I kind of tolerate them is because Adam and Joe did a brilliant cover of one of their songs, and they did my theme tune. So.
No, but that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing that Dave hit the nail on the head.
There's pretty warped logic in there. I know that.
But that's hits the nail on the head on there. If you can afford enough to live the rest of your life, 750 grand a year, that's basically, if you collect that within 3 years, you earn over nearly $2.4 million. I have no sympathy. Right?
Yeah,
my balls on your face.
I work a job where I earn £13,000 a year, and because I have that shit job, it downgrades my CV, and all the stuff that went before it doesn't count for shit, but I still got a smile on my face, and you don't hear me complaining and pissing and moaning about shit and the world being unfair much.
That's it on that one. Now let's go on the Nintendo bandwagon. We're going to go on to the next little bit here of Nintendo.
I had something to say, but...
Oh, go Sean, sorry. Let Sean finish off the conversation and we'll move on to the Nintendo bandwagon. Sean?
Well, there's a few different levels of this thing with Angry Joe. For one, yeah, it's his income, but at the same time, there are a lot of prominent YouTubers, not only in the gaming community, that have day jobs, that use those day jobs to pay the bills, put a roof over their head, and things like that. They don't actually make that much money off of YouTube. A lot of these guys aren't partnered or network partnered, and yet guys like Angry Joe treat this as like a slight, and then they almost do this as a battle cry, get their fanboys and fangirls all up in arms for it. I was actually just looking at a Polygon article. They're blowing the horn for them for Joe as well, to try to get him support because Nintendo's not being fair.
Oh fuck Polygon! They've already been proven to be a fucking anti-gaming bullshit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? And this was the point I was trying to make was like a lot of these people act very entitled towards things like this, and a lot of this fanboy slash girlism is really like they're not understanding the mechanics behind this. This is why people get in trouble for modding video games and things like that, and trying to pass it off as their own, and why there are copyright strikes and things like that. Another YouTuber, Pat Contry, said it as well. You don't actually own this. The same, you don't own this media. You have a license and permission to use it and play it. You don't have permission to just straight up make money off of it, turn it out and pimp it out on your own. Same thing with a movie footage on YouTube or music or anything like that. You have a license to enjoy it. You don't have a license to turn around and make money off it. You don't get a commercial license out of it. And Nintendo simply wanting their fair share, then him getting butthurt and saying, this is getting in the way of me making money. Nintendo's stealing from me. Well, bud, a lot of people try to cover a lot of bases by having a full-time job and things like that, and this is a luxury job for him. He doesn't have to leave the home. He can go around to conventions. He can do a lot of different ancillary things, have a Patreon and stuff like that, and he's doing all this, but, he's, at the end of the day, he's acting overly entitled about something where, a lot of other people are getting slapped down. They got to play ball with it, and people criticize, Nintendo's got this whitelist, and only certain games are allowed to be played. Yeah, there's probably good reason why. There's probably legalities behind some of these games as well. I mean, some things are being figured out now where actually, I think it was Microsoft went on record yesterday as saying you could actually probably see Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie in Smash Brothers because they've actually had Microsoft and Nintendo's actually had good relationships over the ownership and use of rare characters post Microsoft. Like they've had to negotiate for things like with the GoldenEye game and things like that. But long story short, there's a lot of legalities in this stuff, and probably plans that Nintendo has made is why there's this whitelist. But you see people just clamor blindly to support this cause of this person making this money. And yes, if they have certain good points to be made, but if they're not showing gratitude and things like that for where they've gotten to because of these people, and they're just taking money in, they get butthurt because they lose a little bit of that money instead of being humble about it, like the fact that they're forgetting that this is a cost of doing business in this market, and said, YouTube, social media, and anybody who's had MySpace will tell you, nothing's forever. You could turn around 2-3 years, and then YouTube goes the way of the dinosaur, so to speak, and another company comes out. It could be Amazon Video in 2-3 years. God knows. We don't know how this is going to go, but yes, invest that money. Put all the eggs in one basket. Don't piss it out the door and fucking DeLorean or top of the top stuff.
Maybe buy a DeLorean.
Yeah, if you can afford it, or turn around and sell it again afterwards. But I mean, I'm using for my channel, and it's a hobby. I have a job that gets in the way of it a lot of times. But I'm using a 6-year-old computer. I only capture at 480p with an $11 capture device. I'm not really, very... Yeah, I mean, you do that, Benway does that, a lot of people do that. And I mean, it's out of necessity, not try to get out of, copyright claims or anything like that. It's because you don't have it.
Really hit the nail on the head, Sean. I think people in this position should, adopt the following phrase, which is when you look at the people who support you, accept them, don't expect from them.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing here. Now, we're going to go on to Nintendo a little bit as well and go on the other side.
Sorry, Sean, I didn't mean to cut you off, by the way.
Because we're going to talk about a couple
that was the point I made.
A couple of gaming politics and where politics have been used. And here's another one about Nintendo monetizing content. And what Nintendo have done, they've operated a new system, basically, which we've talked about kind of candidly on I Got Gameplay. And I'm going to go and throw us back to Xander again to talk a little bit about this. Nintendo are offering people who, if you're playing Nintendo content, to actually partner up with them, but you have to have a channel that's exclusively Nintendo content. If there's anything else on your channel, they won't monetize you. Xander?
Fucking commie. That's bloody commie.
Xander,
that's
go for it.
Speaking of commie, if you guys watch the gaming, the game theory about Mario being a communist, it's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny video. Nintendo, I mean, they're trying Nintendo's doing what Nintendo does, and that is try and monopolize trying to take something in and narrow it down as a funnel to help them out. They did it back in the NES days. That's why the Sega Master System didn't do too great in the US. And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I can't really get upset about it. I mean, they're doing what businesses do. If Nintendo wasn't doing it, some other business would be doing it, you know?
I totally agree, and this is the thing. Nintendo, like, I have a very storied history of Nintendo, because a lot of people just like, well, Nintendo have monetized my videos, I hate them. Nintendo tried to shut down my YouTube channel because I wouldn't give them, you know, copyright, basically, over a video that I did that they didn't own, which was Scribblenauts. Me and Zad had talked about this a lot.
I can't believe you got that much shit over that particular game.
Yeah, which was owned by WB Games. And after I basically said to them, yeah, go and take me to court over a video that had 24 views, they ended up giving me my fucking channel back because they lost the case. Because I was like, yeah, take me to court, sue me. I don't fuck. Give me extradited to the United States. I don't give a fuck. Or Tokyo, wherever the fuck you want to get me extradited to. The thing is, I should be sitting there doing the same thing as Joe and going, Nintendo fucking sucks. I love Nintendo. I've got a love-hate relationship with Nintendo.
Capitalists do what communists don't.
My issue with Nintendo is there was a court case that went on from Nintendo versus Universal, and it was over the rights of King Kong. Universal basically went around to several different gaming companies and gaming partners, such as ColecoVision, such as Atari, such as...
Thank you for saying it correctly, by the way, Burhan. Thank you for saying it correctly, because you normally say Coleco.
Right, such as basically the arcades, and they went after Nintendo. Now, all these companies basically backed down and paid Universal these royalties because they went, yo, we own Donkey Kong, it's our rights, it's our property, fucking give me money. They then threatened to sue Nintendo, and Nintendo's lawyer, Jack Kirby, just basically went, okay, take us to court. They're like, what? Take us to court. Take us to court, because what are you going to do? They went to court, and then he found out and revealed that the fact that the property basically of King Kong is not owned by Universal, that the license itself was actually under free license. It was public domain. Thus,
it's a fucking ape.
Yeah,
you can't. Yeah, it's
thus,
ridiculous.
Universal had
like
no
walking
claim
into
to
a zoo and not being able to take a picture of a fucking monkey because you might get sued by a motion picture company.
But this is the thing: Nintendo, you know, then countersued, and then they won, and then the other companies sued Universal to get their money back that they paid them in royalties, including ColecoVision. Now, after all this happened. And basically these scare tactics have happened. Nintendo have always, basically, if you look down in history, had an issue with piracy and copyright. Why did the N64 exist? Because they had an issue of piracy and copyright. They didn't want to leave cartridges because they knew that people would pirate and copy their games as soon as they moved.
And yet people still circumvented that.
Right, so Nintendo are very edgy in terms of the internet, in terms of piracy, in terms of copyright. I'm not condoning what they've done or what they are doing. But what I'm saying to people, there are other channels to go through. If you want to partner up with Nintendo, create a new channel, migrate your audience over to that channel for exclusive Nintendo content.
Isn't like the Wii U discs and the Wii discs? They're not DVD discs. They're not Blu-ray discs. They're some other sort of format.
They're HD DVD.
They're only they're bought off of gigs, aren't they?
Yeah, they're HD DVD. They're actually bought off of. They bought the rights for the HD DVD off of Microsoft.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. No, it wasn't off Microsoft. It was off of. It was Sony did the Blu-ray. JVC. Yeah, they bought it from JVC. Yeah. So they basically own the exclusive rights to HD DVD now. Now Nintendo, I'm not saying they are a big company. They earn
talk about a dead format.
The fact that they basically they have billions from
from fucking amiibos.
Yeah,
for
from
amiibo
sales, for their retro console sales, from
brothels,
and sex hotels. You name it, and Nintendo have basically done it. They have enough money, and
I call Princess Peach every night on a sex line, and it's totally worth the
it's like when you pirate a movie, and you say, "Well, I'm not hurting a big studio." In the end, you are taking something that is not yours. You are using something in a means that there is a legal grey area, and because YouTube are very pro content creation, Do you know what I mean? They're very pro copyright with certain companies. So if someone puts a claim in on a video, and then with I Got Gameplay in the Retro Anthem network, that happened, if everyone remembers, when we had a video taken down because some stupid idiot felt they owned the copyright to it. YouTube
We beat them, Bug. You beat them.
Yeah.
You beat them, though.
YouTube will act before they basically, you know, before you're proven right. You have to prove yourself right.
But then I'm not defending YouTube with what I'm about to say, but you can kind of understand in the sense which is, you know, they don't want to get sued as well. So even though we find it a little bit harsh with copyright rules, or even though I fucking think their copyright rules go against Act 107 or whatever it is, are very stringent and strong and not fair, but kind of, you know, oh my god, I'm going to defend a Corporal Giant. I think I just sold out. You can't blame them, because at the end of the day, they still got a wallet, and it's, you know, the lawyers can come after them as well.
Pretty much. Now, I'm going to throw it to the panel here. Xander, do you think Nintendo are in the right for all the moves that they've been behind?
I think some of it's been right. I think the way they've been putting it off and, you know, kind of trying to educate the people about it's been the wrong way. I think they need to do a little bit more explaining. But I mean, it's their property. I mean, I think of it this way: if someone took my song and that I own the rights to, and they made a video and they were making money off of it, and I wasn't making any money off of it, hell the fuck yeah, I would copyright it, and hell the fuck yeah, I would want my money for it. And that's what Nintendo's doing right now. You can't blame them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dave, what about you?
It's a sorry, gacky throat. Had a kebab tonight. Obviously, it's Saturday.
Hell yeah!
It's what Xander said, which is it's you know, we can piss and moan, you know, as a, you know, the people in the small pond at the bottom of the spectrum, but when it starts to come to, you know, copyright and liability and affecting someone's income, whether I agree with how stringent they are upon the rules, they're a company, you know, they're a massively global company. They got it sounds terrible. I'm not, they got to make, I'm not saying, you know, just $1 a month will help Nintendo, but you know, they're within their rights to protect their copyright, but at the same time possibly think they might be going a little bit batshit crazy on how they do such.
They are going a bit mad, alright, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'd just like to say, I bought a new electric fag tonight, and I'm really not enjoying this flavour.
But there you go, guys. Let's go to you now, Nick. Nick, what do you think?
What Dave said, Nintendo, you know, every company has a right to protect their copyright, but, you know, there are certain, you know, copyright. If they're trying to take down videos on, you know, reviews, you know, that's violating copyright laws, so I agree with him to an extent. If someone's just blatantly uploading, you know, the entire game as a like, if they're doing a let's play and they're not talking over it, it's just, here's the whole game, watch. Different story. But they have a right to protect their own, you know, intellectual property.
Tag?
Well, I agree with what Xander said about the music. If he had music, someone took it and making money off of it, then it wouldn't be fair, you know. But I suppose, like, if you look at it this way, they're getting more recognition by YouTubers playing, like, and showing their products and stuff. So, if anything, like, Nintendo should be like paying people to show their shit, you know.
Oh,
that's what they're doing in the partner program.
Good point. Yeah, because that kind of comes back to something I forgot to say in my thing, which is the double-edged sword is, at the end of the day, on us all, you know, us players, giving them fucking free commercials.
Exactly.
But see, the thing is that's where Nintendo's trying to do the content creators program. That's the thing.
Yeah, but with the content creators program, you only have to have just Nintendo stuff on your channel. You can't have anything else but Nintendo stuff on it, and that's kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Good. Well said.
I do
That's like,
agree with that.
That's like basically Russia saying you can promote our country, but only our country. Otherwise, we'll shoot you in the head and you'll meet a bullet-related death. It's nice. It's fucking censorship, basically.
I know, but they are throwing an olive branch when it comes
And
to
also, it's
monetization.
basically Nintendo saying, we know that we're a big company, we're an important player in, the world of gaming, but basically, suck it up, pull your pants up, don't get raped in prison, you're playing by our rules, sugar tits.
Well, that's pretty much what you either play their rules or don't play at all. It's simple as. So, Sean, what about you?
Well, I mean, yeah, logistically starting up another channel that is all Nintendo based is easier on them because they don't have to monitor content on your channel that you might be doing Sony stuff one day and Microsoft stuff the next, and doing reviews of some little Samsung homage homebrew or something like that.
Yeah.
At least then the product stays consistent on that channel. It's about Nintendo. Then the same creator could turn around and have a sister channel. It's all Sony, and so on and so forth. Yeah, it is. And it's good that they're at least letting you break off a piece instead of saying, "Well, fuck you." No, you're not going to make any content whatsoever. It's like, no, you can, and we would like to help you out. We are going to take a cut, but you know what? Other networks take a cut too.
Don't sign the dotted line with
Polaris.
the contract.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing. That's the way that it goes in terms of situation.
I have a backup channel, by the way, because it sounds really, really stupid in me being needy and a Beanie Baby collector. I have a backup channel of Lawn Boys Post 1975 that I managed to register by putting the first letter in lowercase. So I might dabble with this. I might play with the devil, if you will, and
You play before you get born, son.
yeah. Oh yeah, but by the way, Nintendo, you put one dirty little finger on my main channel, I will do absolutely fuck all because your lawyers are better than mine. In fact, I don't even have one. But I might, you know what? I might make a video series about this. I might dabble with taking my backup channel and running with the Nintendo thing.
You have every right to, Dave. Now, going on from that, we're talking a little bit more about gaming politics. If you just tuned in, thank you very much for tuning into our channel, very much, ladies and gentlemen. And good evening, Mr. Retro One, of course, for joining us on the show.
I stay.
Now we're going to basically talk about one other thing and talk about basically gaming transition from gaming media. Now we've transitioned from cartridges to discs, and now we're trying to transition from discs to digital media. We were talking a little bit about that. So you've looked in, if you own an Ouya, you already own a console that does digital.
Every time someone says the word Ouya, I just want to say boya. Sorry.
If you own a phone, you have apps, which again is digital content. Digital is very easy to distribute. Companies actually have a better facility for them, and shops such as game stores would become irrelevant in order for these things to happen. But a lot of companies are pushing these. Since 2013, when Microsoft tried to push their idea with the Xbox One, when they first did the initial screening of the console, and they were going
That bit them in the ass.
I was saying that to Xander earlier, man. It fucking goddamn, like if everything went digital, like everything would be just so bland, like.
But now Sony are trying to do it now with PlayStation Now, which is basically allows you to actually play PlayStation on your televisions, on set-top boxes, plus the PlayStation TV box that you can purchase, which is like a small little Vita. Your Vita consoles, you can play it anywhere, so it allows you to access 24/7 to PlayStation content, but doesn't give you ownership for said content. So it's only allowed to be there as long as you're subscribing. Now,
it's like
thing
Netflix
with physical,
for gaming.
But thing with physical things, like you can lend it to your friends. If you're done with it, you can just give it away to someone. Like you can't do that with digital content.
Well, you can with certain content. Now, Xander, you own a PlayStation 4, so I want to throw this back to you. It seems like me and you are co-hosting the show today. But I want to bring it back to you because you own a PlayStation 4, and I'll talk a little bit about Microsoft's standpoint and what happened and how it bit them in the ass. In terms of a political way, doesn't it seem that gaming in general has become this thing where they're trying, you have these companies trying to dictate what people should do, but it is kind of biting them back in the arse. So tell us about what you do with PlayStation 4, because you were telling me an interesting little story about Bloodborne and how you were able to kind of share that game without purchasing it.
Yeah, I mean, they got the share play, and actually, I'm doing that right now. I'm letting my friend Amanda play my Bloodborne game, and we've been switching back and forth, and she's helping me level up. But yeah, it's really cool. But I will say one thing that's really pissed me off about PS4. Yesterday, I was having some problems with my internet, and I wasn't online on my PS4. And you remember when the Xbox One came out? What was one of the things that people really complained about the Xbox One when it came to the system?
Constantly be online, even when the system wasn't even on.
Exactly.
Yeah, the always online thing.
Well, I couldn't play Bloodborne because I didn't have internet connection. The app wouldn't even start up.
That's the
Really?
game. That wasn't Sony's situation. That was more due to the game, wasn't it?
No, it was the actual it was the application of the game wouldn't start.
Ah, I see.
I would try it with other games too. Apparently,
Did you
if the
buy the
game
digital
had,
copy?
no, I have a physical copy.
All right. It's weird.
I was like, this is kind of weird. Yeah, I even tried another game because I was kind of curious, and I think it's kind of weird that if I don't have online connection, I can't play my PS4. And isn't it funny? That's exactly what we were bitching about with the Xbox One. Funny.
But that's pretty much it. So, guys, if anybody else out there on the PlayStation 4, make sure you check it out and see if this is actually a thing or if it's just Xander's console. But yeah, we're going on to that. PlayStation. Yeah, go on.
So, something similar happened to me with my Xbox One there a while back. There was something down. Microsoft was down. The Xbox One was down, and what was it? I was trying to get in. I have like a password that I sign in, and I was trying to play a game, but it wouldn't let me onto my profile, so I couldn't play my game. So it was very weird.
And that's another thing as well. Digital gaming is basically, it's kind of more ownership over copyright. So if they know that you're not playing it, or if the account that you're using isn't basically your account, they won't allow you to access the game, even if you own the physical copy of that game. Microsoft basically took a huge hit because of this in 2013 when they introduced the Xbox One being always online, and also that you had to install discs straight to the hard drive. Fans took exception to this and got it overturned. So now Phil Spector basically has the console itself have no Kinect activity on it, so you can take the connector out of the console. You don't have to use it. Secondly, that you can play games off discs, but they eliminated certain things such as the family share feature, which would allow you and every member of your family to play on said consoles. Now, let's move on to the panel here. Nick, tell me a little bit about this, and what did you think about it? What was your opinion on it? And do you think they're still trying to make this a reality, especially with PlayStation Now, PS4 share play, and also the fact that they're trying to use constant internet connectivity?
Yeah, honestly, the whole constant internet connectivity thing pisses me off. Just because not everyone has good internet connection, and there were times where my internet decides to take a dive and I'm fucked. But obviously, with Sony buying OnLive, they're trying to get a monopoly on this market.
Yeah.
Sean, what about you?
Well, I just need to back up a little bit. We were talking about Sony, the PlayStation Now, and its services for renting digital versus actually having physical. Well, it is the way of the future for some things, but the death of OnLive just demonstrated to us you can have your money locked up and all that, and then turn around and then it's gone the next day, or the whole having to be connected online just so you can verify that you're legally playing a game. And that's, you've downloaded through their service on your system anyway. Now, I do like the concept of PlayStation Now. It's pretty much Netflix for Sony games. It's great, especially now, where I live to, most everybody has fiber optic internet. The lowest speed, Mr. Wade there with the elephant in the room is going to be really mad about hearing this, but the slowest speed you can get here with fiber optic is 85 megabits per second. So, which is more than adequate for streaming a game on the PlayStation Now network. But the thing is that with a physical copy, you can lend it out to a friend or anything like that. Yes, there are certain share programs where you can share it out, but I don't know. I'm very tactile. I like the feeling of physical game, and I remember even LGR did a video on it where there were digital-only games that in certain territories actually had a physical release. Like DuckTales Remastered, I think in Europe was released on PlayStation 3 or something like that as a physical disc.
we got it on disc.
Yep. Yeah, and as well as a few other
seen
PC
it. I
games
own
and that.
but I've never seen it on disc in this country.
Xbox
Yeah.
360 and
I've seen it on
PlayStation
disc
3
over
is
here
on
in
disc.
Ireland. So
Yeah, Xbox 360, PlayStation
Yeah.
3. The only console it wasn't released on disc was Wii U.
Oh, there you go. That's right.
Yeah.
I had the disc version on Wii U.
Lucky
Fucking
bastard.
amazing game.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it
I want to say Wii U. Sorry.
Dave, let Sean talk.
Oh no! I was just gonna say that. Yeah, it is nice to have that physical disc there, and then if shit goes down, like the service ends up being bored. Because what about Xander's game in a few years when they kill that online service, so it can't verify that game for him anymore if they haven't put in steps for legacy support. Xander can go play that game one day, and because that online service is no longer there, even though he has that console plugged into the router, and it's not going to verify his game, he can't play his game anymore.
Yeah, and games are becoming
Even if
more
it-
online reliant as well, such as Destiny, Bloodborne, as Anders actually stated there, Dark Souls. Games are basically...
What was the game on the PlayStation 3 that was it? I forget what it's called. Because I don't own a PlayStation 3. That was basically the only thing about it was online. No, we're talking like 5 years ago, and it bragged
was
about
it?
being the greatest first-person shooter ever.
Well, Dave,
yeah, I think it
because
was
you
called
had-
Mag, wasn't it?
you-
MAG.
Yes, that's it. Yeah,
Dave,
sorry.
you own a game that's online only, and that's basically Titanfall. I remember when you popped it in your console and you had no internet and you couldn't fucking play it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's
that was
shit.
really annoying. And I actually bought that game because I knew I went to my supermarket. Sorry, the kebab keeps biting me in the throat. I went to my supermarket that night and I had no internet because I really, really quickly want to say it's why I got kicked out, and I have to say it because I hate British Telecom. Dear British Telecom, you fucking bunch of Coronation Street watching wankers. Why am I paying you £35 a month? You twat.
Holy shit!
Sorry.
You're paying 35 quid for that kind of service.
Oh yeah, there's a long distance phone thing in there as well. But my point with that is
That's
fuck you, British
basically he's
Telecom.
paying
dickheads.
$60. Think about it, $60 for that service.
Yeah,
And it's
and
barely
they
ever
basically
worked
said when I
on
phoned them up, which is, and this is what annoys me because I live in the burbs, so I understand that my internet from my location comes down phone lines, but why don't you say this, British Telecom, which is, by the way, if you don't live in an area that you can have fibre optics, here's how it works. Pay us 35 quid a month for your TV package as well. They do my TV package as well. That's why it's so expensive. Apart from allegedly the hooky Sky thing I have set up. Allegedly, people, before you sue me. And say, by the way, every time it rains really hard, or and this is the one that really annoys me, or it's really sunny and hot, you might lose your internet. Oh, you don't, do you, British Telecom? Because we wouldn't fucking pay for your service. Only I have to, because the only other person I can't... The only other person I can go with in this area is worse than them. So basically, I'm fucked. Anyway, rant aside.
See the way the PlayStation Plus, with that PlayStation Plus subscription, if you buy games digitally, and say your gold or so, say your PlayStation Plus runs out, don't Sony take the games back from you? You haven't got the license
That's-
to have them anymore if your
That's
PlayStation
only on
Plus
the,
is gone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Oh my
free
God.
games.
It's the same way.
Okay, one at a time. Stand up.
Yeah, I was about to say that was the free games that you get on PlayStation Plus that you get to download. A couple of games a month. I wish they had more games on the PS4 for PlayStation Plus, but yeah, you can
When your
download
PlayStation
them.
Plus
and,
runs out, they take the games away from you.
Yep. A matter of fact, if you go to those games on your PS4, it actually counts. It actually has a countdown on it. From the day
Oh my
you bought
God.
PlayStation Plus and you download it, it'd be like you have 329 more days to play this game.
So it's like the Wii U demos that really fucking annoys me, and the 3DS demos, which is
The
you only get a
3DS,
certain
yeah.
amount. That's
Yeah.
fucking bollocks. That's bollocks right there.
If you blow someone, if I interject for a minute, Microsoft's Xbox Live Gold for not for Xbox One now, but 360 offers that similar service. Now I got Silver now, but games I downloaded on Gold still work. And this is almost 2 years after.
That's what I'm saying.
Because yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And like, I did have one issue with them before, but this was because it was a glitch in my account. I had my credit card set up so that it would automatically pay out my Xbox Live Gold, and that credit card I ended up getting rid of.
Automatically renew.
Yeah, like I had an automatic renewal set up, and I got rid of that credit card, and all of a sudden, like $40 in DLC that I had bought for Fallout New Vegas and things like that weren't working, and I had to be actually on the phone with Microsoft support, and they determined that there was a glitch in the way the billing works, that if your credit card is cut and you don't actually go in on your account, you delete that credit card from your account, for some reason, anything you downloaded digitally, you cannot play. It's like, even though you paid money for it, you cannot touch it.
That's
but
stealing from you. That's stealing from the consumer.
It is. And I was very irate on the phone with them. They said, "Yes, sir, we understand. This is actually this is actually pretty illegal." It's like, I paid you guys for all this DLC and everything. I can't touch it now. And they're like, "No, sorry, well, it fixes up."
We had a fucking contract. The minute you pay money for something, you have a legitimate, legal, contractee obliging contract. So that's fucking. Ooh, there's a grey area right there. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Right, well, going on that, guys, there's been tons of politics in gaming. If you can name
Can I quickly say something really quickly that just ties into this, which is I'm very proud of this fact. I know this makes me sound sad, but that I still got the same email account I had from college, which is, ironically, Lawn Boys Post. And because I set up my Xbox, online account with lawnboyspost.com, not .co.uk, they think I'm in America, and it's really, really fucking awkward and uncomfortable, and because I only do it once a year, and frustrating that every time I renew my Xbox Live account, which, to be honest, I haven't done in a while because, well, there's fuck all stuff I want to play online. When I try and do it, it goes, "We don't recognize this card. We don't recognize this voucher. You're not American." I'm like, no shit, sugar tits. I'm fucking English. So I actually have on my Xbox a secondary account where it's set up in England, and it always makes me really nervous when I have to renew it because when you pay for your year's subscription, it's a lot of money. It always makes me really nervous to put it in because I only do it once a year and I don't want to fuck it up. But I have to basically, because fucking Microsoft seems to think I'm an American. No offense, America, I love you. Not so much Obama. But I have to fucking log into a secondary account and put my credit onto that account and then keep my fingers crossed that when I log back into my American account, air punch there, or quotation fingers, it shows up. And they tried to address this 3 years ago, and they said, like, it turns out that we realized that some of our customers have this really weird, inconsistent problem with about registering money. So we've decided to fix this. And I was like, I was rubbing my hands thinking, yes, thank you for finally making it easy for me to fucking put my credit in. And they just went, if you live in Poland and the Ukraine, it's now even easier to log into Xbox Live. And I was like, yeah, but what about the fucking UK? Aren't we one of your biggest markets? And you've just completely fucking ignored us? Sorry, rant aside, but I just want to end it with this, which is, Microsoft, I enjoy your console, but go fuck yourselves.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on to the plugs. And just tell us your story of gaming politics. What have you been through? What's been going on in your minds and what's been happening? It's been an enjoyable show, and I have to give a great big thank you to Tag for joining us tonight. Made a rather awesome show itself. I've got to give a great big thank you to Xander as well. If you want to check out my channel, youtube.com/nerdgenius, there's a fun little video with Xander on there. And I've been.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious! I watched it the other day.
I've been harassing. I've been harassing Xander with memes and videos alike this week. We're also partnering to do a new segment on Xander's channel called E-Tank. Episode 1 should be debuting.
You just made that sound like a sex video, by the way, Burhan.
It is.
We're partners.
It is, and basically,
Erection tank.
Yeah, if you want to check that out, it's going to be debuting quite soon. I'm nearly finished on the edit of the video. I think Zan's going to love it.
And we doing counter, by the way, Burhan.
He'll be debuting on the Access Gaming Podcast YouTube channel, of course, Xander Scullion. Check him out on the Access Gaming Podcast well, as Xander posts a new episode on there. And also facebook.com/groups/Access Gaming. He's actually pretty awesome. And now, going on that, let's go to the plug. So, Tag, start us off. Where can we find you?
You can find me at Parametal Gamer 88 at YouTube. Just type in Parametal Gamer and it'll pop up somewhere.
Tag, I'm a lazy bastard. Can you find me on Facebook and just?
Well, I
send the
think
link?
Mike tagged us in that video on Facebook there, so I'll leave the link in the underneath the video.
No, I just really enjoyed chatting to you tonight. So, but they'll back me up. I'm a lazy bastard, so just do the work for me.
Give me your account details and I'll subscribe through your account.
Go for you,
It's
Dave.
great being lazy, isn't it,
Where can we
people?
find you, Dave? And please, just plug your channel. Don't go dark.
Shut up. Right. You can find me on the grassy knoll in the 60s in Texas, looking up at the book depository and thinking, that would be a really good place to blow President Brains out.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Did they say book
Sorry.
suppository?
Wow!
Sorry, Tag. This is
Lawn Boys Post 1975 on YouTube. YouTube.com/LawnBoysPost.
I don't plug myself anymore. I let
1975.
Burhan do it, but
You can also
every time we
find
plug
Dave.
ourselves, I just go dark. So
You can also
don't
find
think
Dave
I'm a
and
freak.
myself on Thursday nights on YouTube. Burhan and the Boy. We need someone to make a theme tune for us. So if anyone's proficient in music and you want to make a theme tune,
I got
for
another
myself
one,
and
by the
Dave,
way, that's even more darker.
If you want to find me and Dave on there
See it?
and produce a YouTube a theme tune for us for our show, I would be more than grateful for you.
Just
to
ask
do that.
Xander, he's good with his music.
He is very good. He's great at playing the skin flute as well. He's played like it. He plays like an ocarina. So, Xander, where can we find you?
Well, yeah, you kind of plugged me earlier, but yeah, you can youtube.com/Xander Scullion. You guys can check out my YouTube channel there. I'm gonna be
Tell
uploading
us
a
about
video
your
very
skin flute. Sorry.
Oh, it's Randy. It's Randy.
Do you shave
But I
it?
was gonna say,
It comes
Well,
out of
exactly.
nowhere. It comes out
I was
of
gonna say
nowhere.
that.
Go on.
As I said, I was gonna
Sorry.
I was gonna upload a video very soon that I'm gonna be opening up a Indiegogo where I'm gonna be raising $100K so I can go to Japan to buy video games and eat pizza rolls. And
Damn!
maybe you know, if I get enough donations, I'll give you guys a personal phone call. And I will send you a picture of myself. I'll send you a
Is
picture
that
of
one of the
myself.
perks?
Yes, all it is 70,000. That's all it is.
Is that
Donate
That's
70,000.
very reasonable, Xander. That's very reasonable.
That's just
Yeah,
a bit
yeah,
of
I
pocket
was-
change.
Is
Yeah,
that the
I was-
photo that I photoshopped for you where it says paint me as one of your French girls?
Yeah, and there's another one that you can get where I actually hold my hand out and you can have your own personal Xander high five picture. So you always have someone to high five. And that's
I
only
tell you what,
50K.
Xander, I'll give you 10 grand right now if you call my neighbour and say, Dave says you're a knob in an American accent.
But no, I'm not being serious, listeners. I'm not doing any of that. But no, really, you guys can
I'm
check.
upset now. I was going to support Anchor.
He
I was
wanted
going
to.
to film the whole thing too.
Yeah, he wanted a segment with you as a skinless baby. You know, that's Dave.
That's my shtick. No one else is allowed to be a skinless baby. And now Whisker and Tag.
But yeah, YouTube.com. Yeah, YouTube.com/Xander Scullion for my YouTube channel. Also, Access Game Podcast you can find on Podomatic.com, and soon you'll be able to find it on the Retro and Limb Network as well as my content and the Nerd Genius as well. You can find my content there.
I love
So,
it
yeah.
that you plug my website so vigorously.
And we want you back as a guest, by the way, and you, Nick, as well. And Tag, you more than welcome. And Sean, more than welcome to be a guest on Burn and the Boy.
Burn and the Boy, for those who don't know about us, it's a really big shoe. It's one of those shows where it's
Thanks
about
for getting
nothing.
it right, because you butchered it.
We are the Seinfeld of podcasting, so check it out. Also, go to Mr. Sean Michelin. Sean, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter at Dietless79, DAIATLUS79. I just have had it for years. On Facebook, you can find me, Sean J. Michelin. I'll usually add you, especially if you have a few friends in common with me. As well, I'm going to be starting a new Indiegogo where it's going to be getting money together so we can get Burhan and Mr. Wade over. And because of Mr. Wade's experience, we are going to go on a crazy liquor-fueled party in Montreal, going through all the strip bars. And we'll add...
oh, shit.
For you, sir.
Oh, bloody
Don't
right.
take my money.
And see, $1,000 donated to it as well will reach the plateau where you can sit down and get breakfast and a lap dance while we sit down and talk gaming with you.
That's convenient. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's play some video games, but excuse me while this hooker sits on my lap.
I'm gonna put my NES Advantage on this on the ass of this stripper here, and I'm gonna play me some Tetris.
By the way,
while
I don't want to sound like a complete pervert, but I just want to say, Sean, the greatest strip club strip club you'll ever go into the world is Wonders.
Dave, you got to stop interrupting people. Let him finish.
This is important shit, Burhan.
But this is
strip club.
Yeah, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
This is what most people say to the strippers. Let him finish. Go, Sean.
Wonders.
But yeah,
Wonders.
find me on YouTube, find me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. But that's pretty much me, and I'm pretty much don't book. Even if you don't add me and just follow me, you'll see most of my posts.
To everyone on here, stay online. I've got a surprise for you. So, Mr. Power Metal Gamer, Tag, where can we find you?
Yes. You just asked me this like a couple of minutes ago.
Shit, I'm forgetting everything. Nick.
Well, you can find me on Facebook. Actually, you can give my page a like there. It's Power Metal Gamer.
His videos are really good as well. Very interesting.
I'm typing this in right now.
If you want to hear a sexy Irish accent, I think you need to tune into his channel. Nick, plug.
All right, I'm over on the YouTubes at the Gaming Pegasus 187, Gaming Pegasus 187 on Twitter, Facebook Nick Horacek, Xbox Live WWE Supercard, Instagram Pegasus 187. Just find me somewhere Wii U. I'm trying to fucking play VGN Adventures. I'm sorry, I'm already getting drunk. I had a couple of Jack and Cokes in, so I'm done.
YouTube.com/TheNerdGenius, YouTube.com/retro/Unlim Radio, which is the Retro Unlim Network. Find us on iTunes, ladies and gentlemen, as well. I got gameplay, and also I want to give a big, very special thank you to everyone on the show, and for Xander Scully and Tag O'Callaghan, for Mr. Dave Wade, Lawnmower's Post 1975, Mr. Nick Horacek, for Brandon Ligon, for everybody out there, for Sean Michelin, for the firemen that look after us places, for Angry Joe, and for you, me, and every other sexy motherfucker out there. This is Michael Burhan saying that we've got gameplay. Have you?
I've got gameplay.
I've got wood.
God.